Thank you so much for inviting me. First of all, I want to see, are you all with me? Are you still awake, everybody? Okay, I can see that. Great. So I'm here to talk about empowering young women. And why is that important, first of all? Because they are our future. And because empowering young women provides and leads to an equal and prosperous society. So this is our goal. Now, it is important to remember something about background knowledge before we continue saying how we can do that. Remember that young women are still trying to figure out their way, how they're going to be in society, that the psychology is vulnerable, and that also that they're still trying to build their self-image. So this is important to remember when we're trying to build different programs that we can help them. So it's important to provide them the tools that will help them and provide them what they need in order to succeed in their personal and professional life. Now, how can we do that? There are two ways that we can help. First of all, we can help as every single one of you as individuals. And secondly, we can help as a society, as organizations, and as companies. So remember that every single person in this room has the opportunity and the chance to bring impact. Even if your change has to do only with one person's life. Because imagine how much impact you can bring in society collectively. So, how we can help? First of all, we should remember and be conscious about the responsibility that we have regarding bringing up young children and influencing them. Remembering what are the values that we're teaching them. For example, how do we teach young men to respect women? Because that is very important. Also, it is important to provide a perspective, to provide role models, and to be mentors for them. So as older generations, we have already achieved some things in life, so we know how to get there. So it is important that we teach younger generations how to do so, and also guide them and give them that perspective, give them the vision that they may lack, that they may not be able to see on their own. And in my personal life, everything that I have achieved, I think it's because of my parents. Because when we were young, they were all the way behind of me, supporting me and telling me, setting goals in my head and telling me that you can achieve this and you can achieve that, and made me see that vision where I could go. Another important thing that we can do is trying to bridge the gap for people that they don't have support. So take a look around you, because sometimes it's not very difficult to help. Sometimes you may do a very simple action that you may not even understand how important it may be for someone else. But when someone else is in need and they cannot see the light, you may be the person that may give them hope, even by having a child. This has happened to me many times in my personal life, and I can tell you that it works. So remember that you have that power and just look around you. Now, another thing that I think is very important is to remember the influence of our words and the language that you use when you talk to young people. I have heard a lot of times from older generations, you cannot achieve that, you cannot do that. So remember that with young women, when they're still vulnerable, that may influence them, that may demotivate them, and they may think that in general, they are not capable of achieving things. So instead of saying you cannot achieve that, you can try to start a dialogue. And many times people will judge according to their own experiences without even knowing the background of a person and what they really want to achieve in life. So instead of saying you cannot achieve that, you can say, well, how do you think you can, think you can achieve that goal? How you will overcome those challenges? Another thing is projecting our own beliefs to others and making them choose the path that we think that are best for them. But remember that we need to encourage young people to take their own decisions, even if they are different from what we think. In that situation, please provide a safe environment for them to talk to you and discuss with you. So when they need you, they can come back to you. And because in this way, they can trust you. I had different example in my social environment, and just because the young woman chose another choice from what her social environment was telling her, they isolated her. And this resulted in her not having the feeling of belonging and impacted her mental health for 2 years until she was able to survive. So remember the influence you can have in people's lives. Now to wrap up, 30 seconds more, what we can do then as a society and as organizations. So we can consider all the above that I said and try to make programs tailored for those factors in order to help women. Another thing that we can do is to create mentorship programs, because as we said, education is very important, and make them see the vision. Provide seminars at school, for example, because we learn a lot about math, language, but actually no one teaches us how to live, how to be self-confident, how to have those values, and how to behave in a multi-dimensional and multicultural environment. So these things are important. Also, giving voice to women and opportunities to speak like this one, and also creating events that can inspire people. And to finish, giving networking opportunities and create leadership programs that young women can have access, and that the financial concerns won't be an issue for them to access them, so that we have that equal opportunity for everybody. I would finish now with one thought saying, if not now, then when? Thank you.